Viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1, where we tell you undiluted truth. And I want to respond to Asare Dokubo, because for a couple of days now after he went to see Tinubu in Aso Rock, a lot of things have been said, a lot of mixed feelings and reactions. I want you to take a view at what he said once more. In case you've not watched it, let us take a look at it, and I'll be right back to address it head on.
The military is at the center of oil theft. And we have to make this very, very clear to the Nigerian public. 99% of oil theft can be traced to the Nigerian military, the Army and the Navy especially. The Army and the Navy intimidate the civil defense, who are, by status, the people who are supposed to guard these pipelines. They receive a lot of money from NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs, and just across the corner, you will see a houseboat. A few meters from the houseboat, you will see an oil bunkering refinery or tapping directly from oil well heads. It is very pathetic now. What is happening in the Niger Delta in the past 8 years was unprecedented in the history of oil production anywhere in the world. The vandals do not only attack the pipelines, they have migrated from the pipeline and have gone directly to the oil well heads, and they take directly from the oil well heads. They set up haphazard facilities they call local refinery, artisan refinery. This is crime against humanity, because the livelihood of the people is being totally destroyed. The livelihood of the people is totally destroyed. And every meter, you see a naval houseboat or an army houseboat stationed. So the main culprits are the Army and the Navy. And there are notorious naval commanders who are known to be kingpins of these bunkering activities. Even if they give 1 billion contracts to everybody in the Niger Delta, because these military men are armed from the Army and the Navy, nothing will happen. The president has promised to take decisive action to make sure that this does not continue. It is brought to an end. It is very shameful. So I had volunteered to help, to assist, and to do the things that are necessary to put a stop to this evil that is being perpetuated against the people of the Niger Delta, the oil-bearing community, and the whole of Nigerians. On security, I want to clearly say that there are full-scale wars going on in different parts of this country. In the southeast, the IPOB ESN is waging a full-scale war against the government of this country. And many local governments, many communities are deserted, schools are closed, hospitals are closed. In the same vein, in Niger, in Zamfara, in Plateau, in Kaduna, in Yobe, in Borno, we're only talking about Boko Haram. Boko Haram is just a tip of the iceberg. There's a full-scale war going on. And the blackmail of the Nigerian state by the Nigerian military is shameful. They said they do not have enough armament, and people listen to these false narratives. They are lying. They are liars. I repeat, they are liars, because I am a participant. I am a participant in this war. I fight on the side of the government of the Nigerian state, in Plateau, in Niger, in Anambra, in Imo, in Abia, and in Rivers State, and in Abuja. Today you are traveling to Kaduna on this road. It's not the army that made it possible to travel for you to travel to Abuja or travel to Kaduna, vice versa. It is my men, employed by the government of the Nigerian state, stationed in Niger. Today you go to Baga, you go to Chirolo, you go to Wase. We have lost so many men, and we do not use, in all this engagement, we don't even have 1% of the armament deployed by the Nigerian military. 1%. And we have had resounding success. So these black men must end. They have enough resources to fight. Instead of fighting, they are busy stealing. They are busy making the government to spend unnecessarily. Where is Dogo today? Who was terrorizing Niger, Kaduna? Where is Dogo today? He's nowhere, because he had been served his dish that he was serving other people. So, let us be able to support the government and don't listen to these false narratives. Because somebody must tell the truth. Hey, we don't have arms. An average person is carrying 2 magazines of AK-47 bullets. The Nigerian army is carrying inside their truck 20, 30 cans. 2 magazines of AK-47 is 25 rounds of ammunition. 700 or 750 make up a can. They call it sardine. And they have 20, 25, 30 in their distance. They will leave on slight attack. They will abandon these weapons for the bandits, the insurgents, to take them, to capture them. So in actual fact, the insurgents are harvesting from the Nigerian military and police to further their insurgency. And most of these people, are they actually insurgents? They are mere criminals. They are mere criminals. You go to some camps, you find 200 vehicles stolen from people. Who are the owners of these vehicles? They cut these vehicles into parts, they sell them. You go to some places, you find that human beings' parts are being brought out. They are put in coolers and sold. Woman organ trafficking, etc., which the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, has also attested to it in one of his interviews. So what I'm trying to say is this. I, as a person who is in the know, I have given, even before the president came, I knew that we had never had any person like him aspiring for this position. I'm not flattering him now. I said it before the primaries. I said it during the course of the election. I said it after the election. So all the forces of evil and darkness came together to fight to make sure that Ahmed Bola Tinubu did not become president of Nigeria. Because they are benefiting from the institution failure that is going on. Why is NDDC not working? Because there are people from here who go and collect all the money from NDDC. All the money. The NDDC MD and the board members only want to survive. Let me just take my bread and water. Let them not sack me. So they take all this thing. At the amnesty program, it's the same thing. They just go collect everything. And it is the people that are sitting there that suffers. How can somebody say 500 billion a month? You are using it to lift people out of poverty. Do you know how many industries that will set up? Do you know how many agricultural settlements that will set up? Where did the money go to? How can somebody say we use $10 billion, almost 8 trillion, to service the gluttonous appetite of a few people like us at the expense of the masses? And then NLC and TOG will come and say they should give them palliative. What is the proportion? What is the percentage of members of NLC and TOG, vice versa the total population of Nigeria? Why will we operate an apartheid system of rewarding a few people at the expense of the generality of the people? Why would they have palliative cushioning? The woman in Lotugbene, the woman at Kola who is fishing, or the woman somewhere at Agayi who is swimming, does she have that same palliative? Have we not been having this palliative? Did you not have PTF? Did you not have this road maintenance, what do they call it? FEMA? They are all content pipes. They achieved nothing. They are conduit pipes. The president should not listen to such advice. Channel the money to fix our education. Channel the money to fix our health, fix our road, fix our agriculture. Don't tell me that they are going to give loan. Agricultural loan is being given by the central bank. How many people access it? A few people. They access billions. Do they pay back? Aviation loan is there. Somebody is giving 10 million US dollars, 20 million US dollars, 100 million US dollars as loan to cushion the effect of who? How many Nigerians travel by air? Why will we carry the gluttonous appetite of Nigerians, of a few Nigerians who are not even up to 1%, and put it on the generality of the people? The president is a firm person. I know him. Everywhere I went to campaign, I always say, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible. Because I had known him, I can stand in the gap and say, this is Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I can take bullet for him. And I came today just to say hello and to encourage him and to say we are with him. And inshallah ta'ala, he's going to succeed.
Wonderful. Great statement coming from Asari Dokubo. Very brave. Talked very smartly and intelligently. But I want to quickly remind Asari Dokubo that he mentioned the problem in the southeast, the insurgent, as they call it, from the southeast. Mentioning Boko Haram and other violent criminals in the north as insurgents, terrorists, linking IPOB and categorizing them with that of the northern terrorist. And he forgot, or perhaps decided, not to mention Niger Delta militant, of which he is an integral part of it. It's just like kettle calling pot black. But let me just take it in real time as the reality of the moment. The man is playing power game. It is just like a Game of Thrones. And also saying that, as widely, circulated, that he told Tinubu never to release his former allied turned enemy, Nnamdi Kanu. That it is like rewarding criminals. Now, to you, as a militant, whom you yourself, you were against amnesty, which you mentioned that it is a fraud, you don't believe in it, it is politicized, whatever reason that you all are the ones playing that game. But I want to remind you that a militant is also a criminal, and they have taken up arms against Nigerian state. But let me tell you, in all of the whatever things or whatever reason, whether Niger Delta militants or the ESN or non-government in the east or the Boko Haram and the terrorists, what about even the Fulani, armed Fulani headsmen, ravaging and ransacking villages across Nigeria? You didn't mention that too. But let's keep that aside and address you as a Niger Deltan. You have mentioned all the very, I cannot argue with you on what you said because they are completely true. Coming from your background and experience, you saw it, you know it, that the military are behind the oil theft, of which Peter Obi, the man you were fighting against, was the first person that opened the eyes of Nigerians, including your political godfather that is occupying Aso Rock, could not say it, cannot speak it out. Well, I want to inform you that you are just fighting for your economic freedom. Because I remember during the Buhari government, that Buhari government never favored you. It gave your rival the contract of securing pipeline. That is what every one of these grammar you are talking about is about. Not to affect and impact in the lives of ordinary people. That is the truth, because we will all see it. Definitely, if this man remain in power, of which I am not seeing that to happen, you will secure the contract from the Tinubu government to secure pipeline. Your own oil in your backyard that was taken from your backyard and wired it through the pipeline all the way to either Kaduna, Lagos, and the rest of them. You are not applying for your own oppressors, as you always call them in the past, to go and secure this oil pipeline, which was laid to exploit you and had turned your people or the lives of your people very miserable, made their lives miserable. So, I just saying this so that you start rethinking and Nigerians to start seeing beyond this very bravery statement that you made. You cannot use it to seduce people like us, because we are here to put the record straight. The reason people fight for something is the ultimate, not the actual action, not what you did, but the motive behind it is for your own selfish gain. That is my conclusion. Anyone can think otherwise, but this is the truth. And also a lesson to my own people from the East. We are very good in almost everything we do, but we have failed woefully to understand the power of political power. And to the IPOBs who are crying like babies, I mean the members of IPOB group, because IPOB is not a group as far as I'm concerned, it is an identity of a people. Now, to the IPOBs groups that name themselves groups operating under an oath, let me just put it that way. It is an eye-opener. You said no election or no erection, as some of you will say. You said nobody should vote. You said nobody should participate in the process. This man actively worked hard to rig elections for his principal. Because as far as I'm concerned, Rivers is nothing to write home about when it came to that presidential election. But this is an eye-opener to tell you that nothing you are agitating for can ever materialize without political power. It is a power game. Whether you are agitating for resource control, whether you are agitating for self-determination or ultimate independence, it all boils down on political decision. Until it gets down to your senses and you understand the power of political power, you will continue just deceiving yourself and going merry-go-round. This is just an advice to you, and I believe you will just take this bitter truth. Take it. It will help you. I'm only a voice. I'm only an advocate for good governance. I want to hear your opinion on this. Drop it on the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Bye-bye for now.